Communication is a process of conveying information, ideas, thoughts, and feelings between two or more people. In order to effectively communicate with others, it is very important to understand how communication process works. Welcome back to Nichar's Educational Studio. In this video, we will define or discuss what communication is, its nature, and process. Let's get started. Face-to-face interaction, a phone conversation, a group discussion, a participation in seminar or webinar, business transactions, a meeting or interview, a letter correspondence, a class recitation, in an online class or distant learning, and our day-to-day conversation or interaction with our families, friends, loved ones, relatives, neighbors, colleagues, or to anyone else are some situations and contexts in which communication can be manifested. Communication is a process of sharing and conveying information or messages from one person to another within and across the channels, contexts, media, and culture. Now, let's get to know and comprehend the nature of communication. First, communication is a process. One of the highlights in this discussion is on communication process. In order for you to understand the first nature of communication, we will define the process of communication, its components, and how the process works overall. Let's begin. What is communication process? Communication process is the steps we take in order to achieve a successful communication. The communication process consists of several components. Do you still remember the elements of communication? Yes, they are the parts of the communication process. Let's take a look at this illustration. Communication process involves several components or elements such as the sender, encoding, message, channel, receiver, decoding, feedback, and noise. In this illustration, the sender or the speaker who is the source of information or message, thus the encoding of the message. Encoding means creating the message to be sent, and message refers to the information that the sender is relaying to the receiver. There are also various channels of communication to consider within the process of communication. It refers to the way a message is sent. It can be through various mediums such as voice, video, writing, email, body language, or both verbal and non-verbal communication. After having passed through to the channel, the message can now be received by the receiver, the recipient of the message. Decoding is performed by the receiver. Decode means to understand and interpret the message. In some instances, the receiver might have feedback or a response from the sender. This starts an interaction. So, that is how communication process works. Oops! As you can see in the illustration, The noise is included. The noise is also called barrier. Its presence in the environment is inevitable while the communication process is going on. We will discuss barriers to communication in our next video. Let's move on to the second nature of communication. Communication occurs between two or more people. This one is so simple and very easy to understand. Communication takes place between the speaker and the receiver. The third nature of communication is communication can be expressed through written or spoken words, actions or nonverbal, or both spoken words and nonverbal actions at the same time. Examples of written communication are business correspondence, email, text messages, and many more. Spoken words. This one is an example. A phone conversation, a group discussion. How about actions or nonverbal? Nonverbal actions include our eye contact, facial expressions, body language, and more. Also, communication can be expressed through both spoken words and nonverbal actions at the same time. For instance, please observe social distancing. Please observe social distancing is your spoken words, and your eye contact and the stretching of your hands are your nonverbal actions. It indicates that people need to observe social distancing 1 meter away. Great! That would be all for now, and thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon for more educational videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye!